Hi, this is an overview of the Ag Tech program at the Lethbridge College. My name is Bernie Cook, I'm an instructor there, and the objective of this presentation is to answer the question, why Ag Tech? What does our program at Lethbridge College offer that perhaps you are unaware of? Our learning system is quite different from what you might expect or what you might be used to in high school. Even our lectures are quite interactive, and we try to use a number of projects, group work, and different learning strategies to make learning as engaging as possible. As you see these slides through this presentation, note that the footnotes at the bottom of the photos indicate the course number and name associated with that activity. Our three primary instructors include Dr. Jeremy Hummel, who grew up in Nobleford on a mixed dairy farm, and he's our plant specialist. Myself, I was raised on a mixed beef farm just south of McGrath, and I teach the animal science courses. Vince Ellert comes from a mixed farming operation in Milk River and is now a resident jack of all trades, teaching a variety of courses, but his true passion is irrigation. We also have ag business people that are contracted to teach some of our courses like pesticide application and marketing. Our class sizes allow personal interaction between students and instructors, something you wouldn't find at larger post-secondary institutions. Another good thing about our Ag Tech program, it's in Lethbridge. Lots of our students return home on the weekends to help with harvest, seeding, or calving. Lethbridge provides plenty of non-college activities you won't find in many smaller hometowns, but you're still close enough to home to get a decent meal once in a while. Most people don't know the programs at the Lethbridge College have an advisory group, which is made up of industry members, primarily those that will hire our grads. They provide us direction on where our program should be headed. They help us with curriculum modifications and identify skills that our students should have upon graduation. We also have a long list of partners that allow us to use their facilities as part of our campus. For example, animal science students in particular spend time working side by side with producers, processing piglets, lambing ewes, and pen-checking feedlot animals. Tours are an important part of our labs. Observation of harvesting practices, barn equipment, food processing facilities, and research facilities adds to the students' exposure of new ideas and opportunities. We also invite experts to supplement our classes, and our students attend several conferences, including Agronomy Update and Tiffin Conference. Whenever you see a sign like this along the highway, you've just passed one of our partners. Thanks to Google Earth, you can see that southern Alberta is literally our classroom. The pins on the map mark the location of some of the producers and processors that we frequent throughout the semester. We are not limited to the size of our classroom and actually prefer to go out and see an actual operation on how things are really done. Now we're going to roll through some of our partners and show you what we mean. Wiseman Feeders has a 10,000 plus head feedlot and 300 head of beef cows. Our second year animal science students do a practicum here where they work for a couple of mornings calving and processing cattle. Tyler Daniels, a graduate of the program from 2005, is the feedlot manager and is excellent at working with our students. Food processors like Rogers Sugar give us a unique opportunity to tour their facilities and see our ag products processed into consumer goods like sugar. Such experiences are not possible to replicate in a classroom or lab setting. Outlook Pork has approximately 17,000 head of hogs under one roof and is lovingly called Pig City by the neighbors. Our students do shifts here as well. Mondays they will collect semen on AI sows, Thursday they will process weaned piglets, and on Friday they will work in the farrowing room. Quite an opportunity when over 40 sows will have piglets in a single day. That's what we call a crash course in hog production. Every one of us teaching agriculture here at Lethbridge College have worked at the Lethbridge Research Center in one capacity or another. This benefits our students in two ways. Number one, we have those experiences and background to draw from, and number two, we have contacts there for updated information, guest lectures, and tours. Prairie Livestock has quota for 60,000 broiler chickens. We visit them a couple of times during the 5-week production cycle to observe bird growth, environmental conditions, and production concerns. We also raise our own small flock of broilers each fall, which the students process and utilize for Aggie Club barbecues. Ben has been processing beef for years, and we tap into his expertise by touring his processing plant in Picture Butte. Students in the top picture are comparing A, AA, AAA, and prime carcasses, while the bottom picture includes discussion about practices related to mad cow disease and SRMs. Ruminant production includes sheep and dairy modules. We process and shear just before Christmas and help with lambing shifts in January. We do find trying to convince cowboys to become sheep herders is a very difficult task. The program includes many tours of facilities which are unique to the type of agriculture existing in southern Alberta. In the first year, the Introduction to Irrigation course includes an all-day field trip which includes a tour of the St. Mary's Dam where we learn how water is managed in southern Alberta. We also tour Alberta Agriculture's irrigation demonstration farm where new irrigation hardware is demonstrated and tested. Hummels have a unique rotary parlor where the cows turn on a giant disc while being milked. When they are done, they back up off the disc and the next cow has a turn. We are lucky to have producers like Luke who answer all of the tough questions and put application into all the details the students learn in class. Students don't generally make the early milking, but attend the afternoon shifts instead. Parents of our students are a little jealous when the students tell them they're headed on some of our tours, such as the one to McCain Foods east of Coaldale. Producers are not given tours of the facility, even though they deliver the potatoes for processing, but we've been privileged to see the whole place several years in a row, a tour usually reserved for big food retailers or wholesalers. Lakeside Feeders in Brooks has a 65,000 head capacity and entertains our students with details required to manage such a huge operation. After a Baconator for lunch, we go across the road and visit XL Packers, where 4,300 head of cattle are slaughtered every day. We're fortunate to tour this facility that is quite exclusive on allowing visitors to march from one end to the other. Students gain a greater appreciation for the end product of beef production here as they observe grading and the numerous beef cuts and byproducts involved in the beef processing industry. Each fall, several producers in southern Alberta tour us through harvest operations and storage of various special crops, including potatoes, sugar beets, and beans. Each week there's something different, from germination counts to pig plucks. We try to learn the fundamentals from the textbooks, see how it functions in the lab, and then apply those ideas in the barns and fields. Our animal health class enjoys postmortems at Thompson Livestock. Jose is quite colorful in his description of disease conditions, and the students get to compare healthy and diseased tissues as we slice our way through the day. They generally examine 6 to 8 head, which allows us various ages of cattle and a variety of health concerns. Students also take elective courses and can select from several environmental science courses, or the plant majors can take animal courses and vice versa as they wish. Approximately half of our course content is lab-oriented. Tired of bookwork? Don't worry. We spend half of our time planting, chopping, injecting, dipping, clipping, harvesting, weeding, microscoping, calculating, vaccinating. Not even sure if those are words. We also get our hands in. Our own animal husbandry building has a chute system that allows AI and preg testing of up to 20 cows at a time. The lower picture shows Mike Perlich, our official poster boy of Ag Tech, who got a diploma in both animal and plant science this year, with his arm into a rumen-fistulated steer at Ag Canada. Students and instructors get tired of the same old, So, we include poster projects, blogs, student presentations, and online assignments and quizzes. The trick is to get students involved with the material so they have fun learning. If it's interactive, they forget that college is supposed to be boring. The first-year curriculum is common to both animal and plant science majors. The advisory committee wants all Aggies to have a broad background in these classes as, for example, even plant majors may be asked general questions about milk production when they enter the workforce. Students will take about 5 courses per semester and attend approximately 22 hours of classes and labs per week. In the second year of study, students must select their major. Remember, electives can always be taken from the other major, and we also have students that take a third year and finish off a double major. It all depends upon where you think your employment will take you. Here's a list of the courses specific to plant and soil science. A detailed outline can be found in the course calendar online. The same applies for animal science. Here we learn to balance rations, follow proper treatment protocols, and so on. Too many details to put into this presentation, so check out our AgTech homepage on the college website. These courses are common to all students as identified by the Ag Advisory Committee. The Aggie Club is part of the Students Association and participates in intramurals like floor hockey and basketball. They also participate in other activities like Calgary Flames trips, ski trips, service projects, and community events. The infamous Gallon Challenge ties in with the digestion lab if you use your imagination. Can you drink a gallon of milk in an hour and keep it down? We'd suggest that about 1 out of every 10 Aggies can. So we've seen. Now for the real question. Where do our grads get jobs? The next 4 slides will highlight a handful that we tracked down to show the variety of workplaces that are possible. Jared and Amber Lee are working in ag sales and service. We all think we're going back to the farm, but farming and ranching become much more complicated each year. We stress to our students that the management decisions they make before they even go outside are probably the most important decisions they will make all day. At LC, we teach students why they do what they do on the farm. That makes them better managers. We are well represented in the business of agriculture. It only makes sense for a bank to hire someone to deal with farmers that has actual agriculture training and knows the difference between a combine and a baler. Did you know that most of the financial institutions and accounting firms in Lethbridge have someone that specializes in agriculture? It only makes sense. With the largest research center in Canada being in Lethbridge, there are numerous opportunities at various levels of education for our grads. Shara Coulter, who moved back east and now works at the Toronto Zoo, said that all those hours at the husbandry building doing AI is totally worth it. Just taller stools for the camels. University transfer seems to be a secret. The nice thing about a 2+2 agreement like we have with the U of L is that it provides a stepping stone. Lots of the students that go on to complete a degree had no intention of taking 4 years of education when they started their diploma. The 2-year diploma allows them to have an initial accomplishment, perhaps work for a year. Some even get paid by their employer to then go back to school and finish their degree. You are certainly not limited to a diploma if you start at LC. Why not take courses with smaller class sizes, probably closer to home, and then transfer to a university for years 3 and 4? Ask us for a list of students you can talk to that have done it. There is a lot of money available if you're willing to take your studies serious. The ag industry in southern Alberta is huge, and there are lots of companies and individuals that want to pay you to study. Check out the website for information on how to apply for entrance-level scholarships. We are currently working on an Ag Business Diploma, which we expect to have running soon. We're also completing a full curriculum review and are constantly working on improving our transferability to various ag programs. Give us a call or an email if you have any questions at all. We'd love to hear from you. So, in a nutshell, that's why we think the AgTech program at Lethbridge College might be right for you.